I just first want to justify this video with the fact that we thought it was going to be good. Okay?
It's horrific. Was it horrific?
This is the world's busiest car boot sale. It is so busy, in fact.
And you say that, and it doesn't look necessarily busy, right?
Oh, just you wait.
No, but this bit isn't busy, is it, to be fair? So when you say that, it's like there's not really many people around. This isn't...
But these cars have been here since 8:30. So it works, in the Bristol car boot sale, it works that you can pay to come in at 8:30, come in really early. But most people come in at 11 and park up and pay their dues for 11. But these people, been here all day, people have already done their stalls and they're waiting for the other, like, what I call, like, just like people clearing their houses stalls to situate.
There were like probably, I reckon, about another 50 cars waiting as we parked up. So I was walking around now in a queue to actually kind of pull in and get their boots open and start to boot sale, if you will.
I will say about this one, they in the winter, not the winter, but in the spring months they put it on hard ground. But right next to us is a giant field, and in the summer it goes on the field. And when it's on the field, it's
so good.
It's quite good. It's not the best we go to.
No, I agree.
For our kind of stuff.
No, I agree.
But it is a good one to go to.
Like, as boot sales go, if you're a kind of everything reselling, you're kind of happy to pick up everything. Like, it's good. I'd actually say just to the left of us there, as we turn this corner, that is where those new cars will go. And you can see the cars just slightly, we can't now, but they're on the left.
I know there are a couple of boot sales in Bristol. This one is Whitchurch. We go to this one to avoid now the clean air scheme. Because you have to pay to go into... Well, unless you've got a little car. If you've got a little car, you don't have to pay to go into Bristol, so don't be alarmed. But us big car humans have to pay. Lovely Moschino backpack there. It's not real. Anyway, so we went with full intentions. It was going to be in the grass. It was a fairly nice day, and it wasn't. I'm
going to go on record and say I don't like going to the ones from the hard stand. Not like I like the hard stand, but because they're generally a bit chunkier when they're on the hard stand.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of people selling. When I say that, it's non-discrimination of the people selling. What I'm saying is the people that are selling these are predominantly traders.
Mm-hmm. This is the puppies in my pocket. I love puppies in my pocket.
Is it puppies in my pocket?
No,
or
it's
pound
not.
puppies?
It's called pound puppies.
Don't lie.
Know I said that. What you're looking for is the puppies, okay? I need some puppies for my puppy mobiles. I left this in because I thought you might want to talk about swatches.
It's another cool. It's a very basic swatch watch. It's cool. I would have had it if it hadn't gone like yellow. Like, this is all supposed to be one color. So to give you an idea, that you can see how the plastic when I flip it around is changed from like that white to that yellow. Kind of like when trainers kind of disintegrate and kind of color. What's it called? Like what's it called? This colour over time.
You shouldn't sleep on swatches though, should you, Austin? Swatches are a mood.
They are, and some of the older ones can be worth a lot of money. I would say do your research. And yeah, like I say, some of them go for a few £100s.
And the collaboration ones as well.
Even more so. If they look crazier, the better. These were a pair of Comme des Garçons low top Converse. They were 100% authentic. The box was a bit smushed, but the box was good. The shoes were good. Yeah, don't really much to say about those.
25. They were a small lady size, as you can see.
I think they were 3 or 4. Yeah, you're right.
When they first came out, they were quite limited, and people really tried to get hold of them. And as they've released more colorways, they're very much, you can walk into a shop and buy them now.
So much
whereas
so.
it didn't used to be like that, did it?
In actual fact, the pair I'm wearing in this video are the high tops you just showed, the black high top versions. I've had them for like 3-4 years now, and they're beat to smithereens. But yeah, when I first got those, you had to get them as if you were buying would be like a Yeezy or a resale shoe. And now, like, you can go on Converse online and buy them.
Still worth picking up if you find them. Other good collaborations from Converse include Kim Jones, who is creative director of Dior and Fendi, Rick Owens, JW Anderson.
Actually, JW Anderson, they did those kind of like chunky, like wedge double kind of size stacked. I think they're called Treks now. Maybe they might be called Treks because the Converse do them themselves. Some of the collabs, they go so well that they actually copy the style themselves without the kind of branding and just kind of steal the design, to be honest.
Gucci watches are a good thing to look out for. However, there are a couple of different kinds of Gucci watches. Not going to go into depth on it because we'd be here for 10,000 years. But they did produce them earlier on, vintage ones in the 90s and 80s. And those are very simple watches in terms of design and like materials and things like that. And they can go for about 80 to 100. Then you have the early 2000s fashion watches watches, which they started putting diamonds and stuff into, horse bit style, and
100%,
they go for a bit more. They made them in semi-precious metals, etc., so on and so forth. And then there's the ones they make today, which are really stonking expensive, and you can make good money from. There we go.
Yeah, as long as they're cheap. Once again, like they retail, some of the Gucci watches now retail for a couple of a fair few hundred. In actual fact, just now, actually, and maybe I'll put a picture up here, Gucci have actually started doing kind of actually proper watchmaking, and they have a whole kind of range now of real uber exclusive high-end watches, and they are like multiple thousands. So I'll put maybe a picture in here somewhere to show you the kind of idea of what they kind of go for. These were some kind of generic controllers from
I didn't know what they were worth, so
and N64. To be honest with you, they were USB controllers, which if you got like, I don't know, some kind of gaming setup that you want to use those kind of controllers, cool. And that's it really.
Okay,
that was a knockoff MCM bag, by the way.
I left it in because I guess boot sales there's variety, and especially at this boot sale where it was terrible.
Not very busy.
It gets busier, I'm telling you now. Where it wasn't like fruitful for us, if that makes sense. I don't know who this boot sale would be aimed at in terms of fruitfulness.
Someone who enjoys tools. No, do you know what? I reckon it'd be really good if you're an antiquer. As in, like you enjoy kind of going through more antique style, because there's a lot of those now.
It's a digger, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's also, I think the antiques dealers here, with all due respect, I don't think necessarily they're dealers. I think they pick up what they like and they sell it for what they think that it's worth, as opposed to maybe the full kind of, I don't know, the full knowledge pot, if you will. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I was just going to comment on how it just starts getting busier. This is the calm before the storm.
Also, when we say it's busy, what I mean is like there might be like
can't get to the stalls.
3 or 4 people. Oh, by the way, the lady has a pair of knockoff Balenciaga Speeds in her hand. What I was going to say, yeah, it's like this. But you can't physically get in it. It's like the hard thing is, from a man's point of view, to put, like, I don't mind pushing around in front of men, no problem at all. I do find it a lot harder to push in front and be more kind of.
But these people haven't even got their stuff out their cars yet, and they're just like set upon.
You know, and there's three or four pals. You know,
this lady goes around boot sales and buys trainers around our local area.
She actually buys on a Sunday and then sells the next week on the Saturday.
Yeah, I love the hustle.
What a hustle!
Fair game.
Yeah.
She did have a little hunter backpack there, the smaller size. She wanted £15 for it. They do quite well if you can pick them up for good prices. If you can pick them up for good prices. The bigger ones, the more waterproof ones, are always good.
This wasn't a Gucci wallet.
This wasn't a Gucci wallet. Just because it says Gucci does not mean it is Gucci.
The funny thing is, I actually picked it up because I thought it was printed veg tan croc leather from Mulberry. Until I pulled the flap up and saw there was a knockoff Gucci. So there you go.
I left this in for one reason and one reason only. We're going into summer months. Pizza ovens. This is horrible. This is in awful condition. It's I wouldn't make.
I think it's like an own brand as well.
Yeah, but if you look out for Unis,
they're like a really cool pizza oven that people are kind of using outside, inside, wherever you want, really.
Yeah, they're really fancy, and you can make your little stone baked Italian jobs.
It's like having a pizza oven basically yourself without having that build a whole setup.
It's a pizza.
No, you know what I mean. Like if you see these big kind of stone pizza ovens that people have, like that's actually a thing now. People have those ones kind of made for their garden.
Yes, 100%. You can notice as well from a lot of these stores that they sell like random stuff, like new cleaning products and like new
cosmetics,
food. There was one store selling just tuna.
I knew you were going to say that. And the funny thing was, in the boots,
tuna.
I said, Bethany said, what's everyone looking at over there? I said, it's tuna. She said, well, no, what is over there? I said, tuna. She went, no, there. I said, it's tuna. They were literally a man selling tins of tuna from tubs.
I thought you were
I don't know what to tell you.
Tuna is in like for audio.
A tuna. No, it was tuna.
No, tuna.
As in the fish.
The fizz.
It's a fizz.
Anyway,
we're
trying to make this as entertaining as possible for you. I understand. You can't see physically.
That's what I'm saying.
The
so like you can walk past, right, but you can't actually see the tables, especially when you're kind of filming or you're trying to kind of give you guys at home a kind of a rough idea of what's available, and then like. You have to go through this to kind of see what's what.
However, you can normally find a little bit of Y2K, a little bit of vintage in these piles, I find personally.
I actually notice a lot of kind of what I'd call Y2K vintagey buyers, if I'm honest. As regards...
Depoppers.
Yeah, exactly that. As regards clothes, I'm saying, sorry.
You shouldn't generalise people like that, but you can tell a Depop, I think.
Yeah, like, I'm just going to throw it out there, but I don't think that lady on the left was a Depopper.
No, yeah. Well, you never know, actually.
I'm not saying she doesn't sell a Depop. I'm saying what I class a Depopper as in a visual, right?
Is a
exactly
young, hip Y2K.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Not that they don't sell on Depop. I mean, their vibe is a Depopper. It's a very different thing.
We're going to do a podcast on Depop, actually, talking Depop, because there's a lot of, like, conversation is Depop dead, and is Depop, like, not vibing anymore?
I actually think a lot of people think Depop's dead because they don't want to spend time doing Depop. And what I mean by that is, like, it's like anything. If anyone who, like, has listed on eBay for a gazillion years, stop listing for a week, I dare you. And I guarantee your answer will be, I won't, because that I lose sales. And it's the same with Depop. If you list, if you repop, like when you kind of refresh your items, if you put new stock on every day, if you message every day, if you send offers every day, you'll make some money. I'm not saying it'll be the best platform for you. What I'm saying is, like anything, if you spend time doing it, you'll probably make more money doing it. You know what I mean?
They do love a floor pile here.
I think they're just lazy. Chuck it out.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I think people like to dig out. We've actually sold at this one as well, and they like.
That was brutal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brutal, and they do like a dig. Like, there's not a lot of point in making it look nice because it will be turned over within like 5 seconds.
I mean, I think the percentage of things turning physical and having a violent altercation at this boot sale more than anyone else. Would you agree as a seller?
I've seen multiple.
Yeah, we saw one last time actually. Yesterday, didn't we? Yeah. True.
Anyway, that's not the point of this. This one's also keen on a knockoff. They have full stores of counterfeit. So if anyone's wondering why we didn't look at any of that North Face, that would be why. Spotted some a Brooks trainer box, got really excited, and then Austin told me it was full of corks.
Like actual corks from bottles of champagne or wine.
This is what we have to part with, corks.
I was looking at something on the floor, and the guy in front of me now grabs this drinking roulette game like I was trying to like...
Don't you take that from him.
Get back, buddy. No, you can keep that game. It's okay.
People don't get things out of bags. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no,
And then people are just starting to like, open their stores. So it is one of those things. This is more of a kind of a guide through what we're looking at and what we kind of are dealing with. I'll be truthful.
It's fun.
It is fun. And I can't wait to do a boot sale where they're like, I don't know. You can see there's quite a few racks with clothes at this boot sale. But if I'm honest, once again, like...
a box of Papo.
Oh, isn't that stuff like... Did that sell?
It's all right, yeah. It's like...
you looked at it?
It's like the cousin of Schleck.
Okay, so is it worth something?
Well, it's worth something, but for us, I haven't got time to be looking at horses. I haven't.
You're looking at horses. Well, you're spending the time to look at... You mean to list and segregate and to do all that with it?
I'm always interested in things like that, but... Master of Pieces has got that covered. He's got it down. But Papo is like a Schleck kind of thing.
I didn't know you are an undercover toy gal.
We unsold some Schleck animals.
Anytime we get those, or we do see those, we grab
really
them.
Good.
They do sell really quickly.
So
toy vibes.
I try and stick to Schleck because it's like what I always say. There's luxury in every market. Schleck are the luxury figures.
It is indeed. Yeah, actually, there's a shop near us, and they're very, very expensive, aren't they, to buy them brand new?
They're really expensive.
Just quickly as well, you mentioned previously the podcast. If anyone has any ideas or thoughts, or if you do listen to the podcast, great. If you don't, please go and listen to it. It's available on iTunes and Spotify, anywhere else you get your podcasts. I would also say, put in the comments. Do you have any either questions or topics you think would be good to cover? Because I also think, as much as I know we do a lot of voiceovers on these YouTube videos, as much as kind of in-person videos as well, sometimes there's things you can get across on a podcast and you can talk about in depth.
They got some lush stuff there. I didn't notice that at the time. Anyway, this is Vivienne Westwood. Vivienne Westwood isn't known for her perfume. That's a great way to start this section. This is Cheeky Alice. It is nearly full. I would say it's had a spritz or maybe 2 spritz.
Yeah.
I would have kept it if I liked the smell. I don't. So it is going to be sold. But there is another one called Naughty Alice, and that sells better apparently. So we can get about 65 for Naughty Alice, 45 for Cheeky Alice, and I put this one in to show the box, but it actually doesn't vary that much between unboxed and boxed.
So what you're saying is everyone prefers a Naughty Alice?
Everyone does prefer a Naughty Alice. Apparently Naughty Alice is rarer than Cheeky Alice. If you're either of those Alices, then do let us know down in the comments. Here is some Polo Ralph Lauren.
There was a few t-shirts here. This one had, I think, a hole in the sleeve or a hole in the back, one of the two. Once again, it's kind of a dig situation most of the time, whether on the table or whether they're on the floor. And you know what? I just it exhausts me. I love digging through clothes, but you know when you just kind of know what the pile's gonna
on grass. Hot on grass.
It's not just that, but I also you can just tell when a pile's great or not. Like, I'm holding a high vis at that point. You know, like, what do you want me to tell you?
It's funny. No, but you can find gems in big piles of clothes. But it's whether, you know, account for time. I left this in. We met a person who chooses to watch our videos for God knows what reason. And he found an aquascutum, and to be honest, we didn't find anything good, so I thought I'd put his finding. So this is a Fairroll aquascutum vintage jumper.
It had been shrunk, to be fair.
It had shrinkage, however, it did still have stretch to it, which was a positive sign that it could be revived. It was alpaca.
It was alpaca and some wool mix.
Which is interesting.
And I did explain that obviously you can shrink wool, don't get me wrong. It's very easy to shrink wool. But alpaca and cashmere are the easiest things and the quickest things to shrink in a major way. Yeah. So I was just checking what was in there. You wanted to know if it was real or not. Obviously it was real. It was just very shrunk. And we did explain there are kind of certain things you can do to not necessarily take it back to how it was originally, but to kind of de-shrink, if you will. Maybe we'll do a video one day on de-shrinking.
However, that Fairroll pattern always sells. Even if it wasn't aquascutum, it would have sold.
This was a solid pickup. Talk to me about this.
Samso and no, it's just Samso.
Yeah.
I always want to say Samso and Samso.
Well, it's got a kind of ad sign, so
some
it makes you
people
want to say
also
that.
list it as Samso, which I don't really know why they do that. However, it's a higher end brand. They sell it in Harvey Nichols. You're looking out for that logo. That's a shop sign, but you know why? You know the.
That's the exact logo.
And you can see the retail slightly higher, so it's about 150 to 175 for a blouse. They do sell it in Harvey Nichols, etc., so on and so forth. This one actually was new with tags, and it had the top price of £110. The only reason Austin has so much money in his hands is because we didn't buy anything. That wasn't a subtle flex.
No,
that wasn't. We couldn't find.
Honestly, I actually don't enjoy carrying cash, if truth be told. If people would take band transfer in Bootsale, I'd prefer it.
But it's like a really nice.
It's actually a really cool top.
Pleated A-line. It's got like a big puff bell. How would you describe it? A sleeve.
Puff sleeve.
Puff sleeve.
It was also new with tags. It was actually it TK Maxx. It was a TK Maxx.
£4. Top price was 110. So I'd expect at least 45 to 50 on it.
That was a fake case, if anyone was wondering.
Also, saw these, right? I just wanted to leave this in. It's one of our last things to show you. So, you know, thank the Lord. And these were DeSignal
bracelets.
I always say it wrong.
Bangles?
They were bangles. These had too much wear to them because they've been clattering around with other bangles. However, they go for they £15 a bangle. That's not bad, you know.
And that was 3 bangles, or still new with tags. The problem with these, why didn't we get them explained?
Because they've been bashed around with the other bangles.
Yeah, and they were just scuffed.
Been banged up bangles.
I'm trying to show you here. Yeah, look, you can see on the edge there's kind of a lot of wear, and I mean that edge is supposed to be polished, so it just wasn't right.
Banged up bangles.
But yeah, at the end of the day, this Bootsale pretty much sucked in every shape, form, or fashion. But we thought we'd leave it in anyway, because you know what? Why not? Not everything's a win. Not everything's a luxury haul. I mean, we get a lot of them because we're just that good. But this wasn't one of them.
We'll also put another video up for you this afternoon to comfort you in your time of need.
Why not? Bye.